Here we are. It's the hopefully long-awaited second video of the case study for the small e-commerce client we've been working with. And we're just going to go over some of the stuff that's been done in the first month. Interestingly, a lot of what's been done so far has just been based around wider user experience on the website. Don't really want to jump into too much SEO and start optimizing stuff if the foundations aren't there user-wise. So that's why a lot of the stuff I'm going to be running through is just kind of getting the site up to scratch where it needs to be, start getting those conversions, start increasing conversion rate, and then we can go through SEO and start optimizing once we've got that good platform. Because otherwise, it's not pointless, but it's just kind of a waste of time. So, first of all, the reporting, as we can see here, the tag manager was not firing properly. That was fixed about around mid-Feb. And then kind of end of March, early March, we got e-commerce tracking set up, which is awesome. So as we can see here, we've got information on items purchased, item revenue as well, which is awesome. And we can see all stages. I set up through Google Tag Manager all stages of the buyer process. So we can see views, adds to cart, purchase, etc. So once we start getting this data and building this out, we can get some really useful reports going and start looking at where people are potentially dropping off in the journey and also best sellers, channel attribution, all that stuff. So this was the first key step for me. Glad we've got that solved. Next, we're going to go on to combining products. So as we can see here, probably a good example to show here, we have number of products on the website that are essentially the same product or same comic, educational comic in this instance. However, some are slightly different. So there's going to be advanced versions of the product and entire lesson plans, and then there's also just going to be kind of average, just very basic, a simple comic that you can teach from. Obviously, we want to try and get people to upsell and buy those lesson plans. And currently, the products were split. So you'd have one URL for the 7 steps to the scientific method, and then you'd have another URL, another page for comic and doodle notes, which is essentially the bigger version of the product. So the exercise we're undertaking at the moment is combining the products. And we want to do that because, first of all, from a user experience, you can upsell them. Now, on the website, upselling someone from $3 to $4 isn't massive, but it's just good practice. And importantly for us, it really helps SEO to keep these products together on one URL so we don't dilute rankings. We just have that one key page that's able to get all the power and rank, because otherwise it's just a bit of a mess. This was not something I noticed on the initial audit. No shame in that. It's just something we've come back to since I've been going through the products and having a look at the catalog, being like, oh, okay, we actually need to combine these. So in order to do that, we were just really working on um, a doc here where I just went through all the different kinds of products, tried to group them, 12-month Google sessions, and we basically just said we're going to merge the one here, for instance, that does not have the most sessions, because that's just the one that's not getting visibility. We didn't have much sales data to go on. I did do a sales sheet here. A lot of the products that were best sellers weren't affected by this exercise. So we really just went on which products were getting the most visibility in Google, merge and redirect them. So the site owner, she's been really good going through because she knows what needs to be done, really. Really big help, kind of just combining the products and how she wants them. I just told her the key URL to keep. So which product to delete and adding the version to the key one. And then I'll go through and I'll just redirect those just for best practice. So that's worked really well. Next, we've gone, if we go to the website itself, may look a little familiar from the last time we shared this. What's new is that we've got the shop comics up top here, and this is actually a drop down. So on the Mega Nav, this was not a drop down previously, it just was shop comics, and it took you to the all category. So here's just every single comic. Now, header changed. That is something we need to look at as well. Let's get back to the main header here. So shop comics, we've actually gone and listed out the product categories now as well, which is great. Hoping to see a few more conversions from this, just a lot easier to get to the categories that you want to look at as a teacher if you're looking for these resources. There are a number of other categories, I should say, that I have suggested we create similar to these, but just kind of getting a bit more niche and finite in terms of really honing in on very specific types of comics slash products that we can group. So that's going to be the next stage. Expect this to have 7 or 8 in a drop down eventually. And that's, yeah, we're looking forward to rolling more of that keyword optimization stuff out in future. But as I said, we're just kind of working on getting the site up to scratch from a user perspective, getting some good sales data to work with as well. Always a big help. One thing we're going to look at in future, I did mention it before, is just increasing the font size. This is a very small font site wide here. I mean, not on this header, but certainly here you can see it's just small. And also new imagery. So potentially where we combine the products, we want to get more imagery to reflect kind of the upsell and what the upsell is going to be. If you've got the base product, this is not the right example, base product at 4 and you're going to 775. It's not a massive upsell, but it would be good to have an image or even some text down here in the description just explaining what more you're going to get from the product itself if you were to take the more expensive option. It's just a bit of a no-brainer, that one. So these are other things we're going to work through in the background. We've got the SEO audit rolling. We've got the tasks to go through for that in terms of optimizing for keywords, internal linking, removing 404s, 301s, all that good meaty SEO stuff to get into. But yeah, this has been really fun just going through it and trying to get the site working better for the user. If it works better for the user, it works better for Google. Thanks for checking this out. I'll be back soon with another update. Go well.